Hey guys, thanks for joining me on the mat. We're going to be moving through a cozy grounding flow today and opening up through the shoulders and the upper body. So to begin, let's start on our heels. If the knees really aren't happy here, you can do this cross-legged. You can place a rolled blanket or towel or bolster and just alleviate some of that angle on the knee. Otherwise, we're meeting here. Hands rest in the lap. Softening the face. We'll begin to connect to the breath. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. As we tune into our breath, begin to connect in with those belly muscles in our center. Engaging deeply so that as we breathe, we're still allowing all that movement through the belly and the ribs. Not tensing the belly in so that we restrict the diaphragm. Engaging to feel support through the spine while allowing free movement for the breath. Reaching tall through the crown of the head. We've got that energy through the body. Creating space as we breathe in. And when we're ready to move, dropping right ear to the right shoulder. Option to hold. Option for little micro movements, moving the chin. Option to take that right hand on top of the left side of the head. And we're not pulling, but just creating that little bit of tension, that extra sensation through the left side of the neck. One more breath with whichever option you're exploring. We gently release that hand. Chin rolls down to the chest. Pause here. And slowly bring the left ear to the left shoulder. Keeping the chest open, we find the option on this side, so be it stillness, gentle movement, or adding that hand. Breathing into any tension that's there, creating space. Softening as we exhale. And gently release, chin rolls down to the chest. Slowly the head stacks back up on the spine. Look over to the right. Look over to the left. Back to center. Bring the arms out wide. Reach fingertips away from each other. Have that connection with the belly. So notice how the spine moves. We want to be engaged so that we're not getting into the lower back. Find that space though, so we're reaching tall to create that space through the body. The hands are reaching away from each other. And then we close the hands, left hand on top, wrap the wrists for eagle arms. Either the backs of the hands are together or the palms of the hands are together. Begin to lift the elbows. Gentle movement through the neck, noticing the sensations, breathing. And from here, we'll gently begin to round through the back. Bring the hands down towards the floor. And it doesn't matter how flexible we're feeling in the body today. Just meeting yourself where you are. We come all the way up, reach the elbows up, lift the chest, keep that control of the belly, control on the lower back. We come down. We're going to do a few flows here. Seeing how intentional you can be with that movement, how aware. Knowing that you can pause anytime. If there's a spot that needs more attention, this will be our last lift, 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 lift. Create that space and unravel. Open the arms wide. Close the hands, right arm on top, finding that position on this side. Maybe the hands don't touch on this side, maybe they do and they didn't on the other side. Again, we're backs of the hands, palms of the hands. You can even hold the shoulders if you need. Reach long through the spine, create that space here, ground down through the hips, and begin to fold forward. Moving with our breath. We open, we lift the chest. Moving at your own pace. We've got 3 more. Last one. Lift, 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 lift. And unravel. Just drop the hands down, release a little. You can shake it out. You meet back in stillness. Connect to the belly, ground down into the floor. Feel that connection. Right hand's going to come to the mat. Maybe you're up on a block. Maybe hands to the floor, and that left hand's going to sweep up and over. Think about that space. We're pressing into the floor. We're opening the chest, creating space through the body, through the chest. Top hand begins to reach forward. We melt forward into this forward fold to the right. Connect to your breath. Round down into the floor, into the earth. We gently peel ourselves up. We come back to center. Find that length through the spine. Notice the left side. Notice the right side. Left hand comes to the floor. We reach the right hand up, 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 up. Right hip rounds down. Opposite directions here. Find that space. Pull that top shoulder back. Create space through the chest. Soften the face. Breathe evenly, deeply. Top hand's going to reach forward and over to the left. Left hand can come up to meet that right and melt down. And we come all the way up, back to our tall seat. And just some circles from the hips, rolling. Either the chest or the belly can lead. Whatever is drawn, whatever draws your attention. Rolling one way, allowing the movement to be fluid and flow. Next time the chest is forward, we roll the other way. It's okay if it's not perfectly smooth. And we slowly come back to center. Breathing here. Last thing on the heels, interlace the fingers behind, finding that bind. Pull the hands back, open the chest. Maybe some movement through the neck, maybe stillness, control through the belly. And then we're going to bring both hands over to the right side of the body. Breathing here. Option to keep the head nice and tall, option to drop right ear to the right shoulder again. Drop both shoulders away from the ears. Breathe. The head is over. We come back to center. Hands reach behind. Reach. And over to the left. Both hands. Neck to the belly. And then dropping that ear over. Drop both shoulders down and away from the ears. Find some softness. And bring the head back up. Unravel the hands, shake them out, interlace them again, and press the palms away from the body. We can round the spine back. And then as we release, we take the hands out in front, tuck the toes, and begin to make our way into a downward dog. Finding movement straight away. Whatever that means to you, it can be a pedal, a sway with the knees, lift the hips, and spinal waves. Whatever it is that you like here or that you're drawn to on this day, on this practice. All right, we meet in stillness. And let's lift up onto the tiptoes. Maybe the chest comes forward a little bit. Lift up onto the tiptoes. Bend the knees and press back into the heels. They don't have to touch the ground, but just lifting the hips high, weight in the heels. Breathe here. I'm going to do that again. Lift up onto the tiptoes. Up. Begin to bend the knees. Shoot the heels back towards the ground. Pausing. Breathing. Weight in the right foot, left Foot lifts to the sky. We open our three-legged dog, trying to keep those hips nice and square. Breathing here, the weight is even in the hands, and then bring that knee into the chest. We're coming all the way forward into our low lunge. So the right knee is on the ground, the left foot is forward. Breathing here. Connection to the belly, the inner thighs, length through the spine. And we're going to shift the hips back for our half splits. Breathing here. Soften the shoulders. From here, we're going to flow between the lunge and our half splits. Option to keep those hands down on the mat. Option for the left hand to reach forward as we find our lunge. And then as we reach back into our half splits, that hand can pull back behind us. So we come forward, left hand reaches forward, we find that length. As we pull the hips back, the hand follows, goes behind. Maybe the gaze goes behind as well. Find some flow here. Drop into the body. Okay, this one we reach forward, coming all the way up. Both hands reach the sky. Really connect that strength to the legs. Breathing. From here, left hand's going to come to the inside of that left foot. Right foot's going to kick over to the left. Right hand can come up towards the sky, maybe past the ears. So for a sort of baby supported side angle, you need to open through that side. Gaze wherever's comfortable, maybe a little movement. Opening into that twist. We come down, realign the back foot, right hand to the floor. We open to the left. Twisting the other way. Awareness through the belly, through the upper back. You can even roll through the top wrist. And then bring that back. Let's put both hands to the inside. Wriggle that front foot out towards the edge of the mat or past it. Find length here. Deepening into the hips. Grounding down into the floor. Breathing here. If you feel okay today in your body, you can drop down onto your forearms or drop the chest down towards the floor. I'm quite happy uplifted, so this is where I'm going to stay. Breathe. All right, we begin to shift the hips back. Perhaps slightly different sensation with that leg out to the side. Melting the upper body low. And we'll bring that leg back to meet the right. Roll through some spinal movement. Could be our cat-cows. Circles from the hips or from the core. Let the movement be fluid. Okay, we're going to find that on the other side. So let's find stillness. Tuck the toes and make our way into our downward dog. Maybe widening the distance between the hands and the feet. Have that connection Even weight between the hands, even weight reaching hands to feet, movement if you need. Maybe you need stillness and we're just dropping into our breath. Taking some ownership of your practice, listening to what your body needs. Again, we're going to lift up onto the tiptoes. So from stillness, if we're moving, we meet in stillness. Lift up onto the tiptoes, bend the knees, press back into the heels. At no point do the heels have to touch the ground. It's just the direction that they're going. Again, up onto the tiptoes. Feel that strength through the body. Bend the knees. Press the heels back. Creating strength, creating heat through the body. Breathing here. Okay, weight in the left foot, right foot reaches for our three-legged dog. Breathing here, weights even between the hands. Bring that knee into the chest and come forward and through into our lunge. Right foot forward, left knee on the mat. We take our time, we find our awareness in this shape, in this asana. Breathing here. When we're ready, we shift our weight back for our half splits, trying to find that length through the back of the front leg. Check in with the hips that we're even. Breathing here. And we begin to shift our weight forward. Remember, right hand, there's that option for it to sweep forward with that knee. As we bring the hips back, we can pull that right hand behind us. Reach forward and back. Flowing between the postures. Okay, next time we're forward, we reach the hand forward, left hand goes forward to meet it, and we come up, reaching tall and connected with the upper body. Open the chest, strong bellies. Drop the shoulders down and away from the ears. Breathing here. Okay, from here, we find that supported side angle. So right hand comes to the inside of that front knee. We find that openness through the chest. Left leg's going to kick back and behind. We turn the hips to the left side of the mat. Top hand, we're pulling up and maybe reaching over the ear. Find that space here. Okay. Top hand's going to pull us back around. We re-square to the front. Left hand down, right hand up, opening to the right. Breathe here. Awareness in the body. Feeling strong, connected to our physical body. All right, top hand comes down to the inside of the foot and we open that out to the side. In our lizard lunge here, find length through the spine first. Find that space. Again, if the space is there in the hips, we can come down onto the forearms. But know that you don't have to rush it. You can always stay up and lifted. Breathing here. Okay. Shifting the hips back, so coming up onto the hands. If we're low on the forearms, we want to shift the hips back. Feel that space through the spine. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Lengthen the tailbone away from the shoulders. And we bring that front knee back to meet the left. Shake the hips from side to side. Let go and release here. From here, bring the hands around in front. We're on our knees. We shoot our weight forward. Chest and chin come down to the mat and pull through to our Cobra. It doesn't have to be this high. You can be bent elbows. Have that connection with the belly wherever we are. Open the chest so shoulders pull back. Spread the fingers. If you like, a little rock from side to side with the hips. Lifting the left hip slightly, maybe looking over to the left foot, and then swaying to the right. Breathing here, opening through the front line of the body. We find stillness, melting the upper body down onto the forearms. We sweep forward, find our sphinx. Connection to the belly. Left hand's going to come center to help support our weight. Bend the right knee. That right hand's going to pull back, or maybe this is enough. But otherwise, we're reaching back, grabbing that right foot, pushing foot into hand. Notice how that can help lift the chest, but have that strength through the abdominals, through the quads. We're trying not to lift the knee too much off the mat. Feel that openness through the front line of the body. Breathe, we're looking forward, opening through that shoulder. Soften slightly, bring the foot in towards the bum. We're flipping the grip if we've got that space to do so, but otherwise we can bring it here, then we can flip that grip so the elbow is to the sky. Breathing. Notice the difference in the sensation where you might be feeling it as we put the foot in a different spot. And then releasing with control. Come down onto stacked hands, forehead on the hands. Just rock the hips a little from left to right. And then we come back to our sphinx. Open the chest. Right hand center. Lift the left leg. We reach back, left hand grabs left foot. We pull or push left foot into that hand. Try to have the chest square to the front of the mat. Breathe here. Big sensations through the quad. See if you can soften that right foot. Working to bring that foot in towards the bum, left elbow to the sky if we have that space. Gently unraveling. We come down. Once again, stack the hands, forehead rests on those hands. Shake the hips from side to side. And then hands under the shoulders, we peel back for a wide-legged child's pose. Melt the forehead to the mat. Maybe a little rock from side to side here. And meet in stillness. taking some time to connect to your breath, working to even out the flow of the inhales and the exhales, feeling the earth below, just allowing yourself to melt into these points. Slowly peeling ourselves all the way up, cross the ankles and roll over the ankles here. Come all the way down, repositioning ourselves onto the mat. Nice long spines here. Let's take the feet mat distance apart. And with our breath, we'll begin to flow side to side. Rocking those knees left to right, right to left. Just releasing anything that might be there. Next time the knees are to the right, allow them to melt down. Maybe the gaze goes over to the left. And gently coming back through center, knees to the left, gaze to the right. Allowing soften. Gently head and knees back to center. Hug the knees into the chest for our last little bit of movement. You can take a little rock from side to side. Maybe some circles with the knees. Circling the knees, go both ways. Maybe you're in stillness already. We are going to make our way into our Savasana. Settling in, limbs go long. Allowing the body to become heavy on the ground. Gently breathing in through the nose and gently breathing out through the nose. Begin to let go of effort and control in the body. Inviting softness into your muscles, into the flow of breath. Just allowing your attention to settle in on your breath. And know that you can spend as much time as you like here. You can just pause the video and stay in your Savasana. And if you're ready to come out, we can begin to invite movement to the fingers and toes. Any movement that we need, hips, the legs, the neck. Waking up the body. When we're ready, we come all the way over onto our side. Arms wrap around the body. One last little moment to check in with yourself. And give thanks for the time that you have allowed for your practice. When we're ready, we press ourselves all the way up to our comfortable seated position. Tall through the spine, open through the chest, grounded through our seat. Hands come together in prayer at our heart. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. I hope that you move through the rest of your day more connected and more aware. Thank you so much for joining in, and I would love to hear from you in the comment section, or feel free to like the video or hit that subscribe button. Every one of them is really appreciated. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.